Amid the growing clamour of a separate reportedly during the 2.5-hour meeting at the Chief Minister's residential complex in Kohima, the ENPO demands fine prominence. Woka Deputy Commissioner warns organizations representing villages or area to refrain from declaring consensus candidates for the upcoming state polls. Citing it violates election-related laws and offence under IPC, DC says a strict action to be initiated against those defying the circular. 61st Annual Sports Meet of Zadima Village Youth and Sports Organization commences on Tuesday at Zadima Village. Chief Minister Nltv graces the event as a chief guest and inaugurates the three-day event. Big boost to defence along LAC with China. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurates Siom Bridge in Arunachal Pradesh along with bridge. He also inaugurates 27 other infrastructure projects completed by Border Roads Organisation. After 9-day winter break, Rahul Gandhi-led Bharat Jodo Yatra resumes from Uttar Pradesh on Tuesday. But Yatra to arrive in Ghaziabad's Loni and will pass through Shamli in UP and enter Haryana on a January 5 evening. Hello viewers, I Lomika Chumi welcome you all to Nltv News Now. We will now look into the news in detail. Amid the growing clamour for a separate frontier Nagaland state that has put the state government into a comfortable zone, Chief Minister Nltv called for a cabinet meeting on Tuesday at the Chief Minister's residential complex in Kohima. The cabinet meeting that lasted nearly 2.5 hours was called to deliberate on the matter and take further measures. The meeting is considered to be crucial as Eastern Nagaland area covers 20 Legislative Assembly constituencies, which is 1/3 of the total figures. With the state elections a bare a month away, the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization is still firm on its August 26 resolution to boycott the general elections. It may be noted that the ENPO delegation is likely to hold another round of meeting in Delhi during the first week of this month. So far, the talks between the centre and the ENPO talk team has not showed any sign of positive outcome. On the other hand, Rio himself on many occasions has indicated that even if the vexed Naga political issue remains unsolved, the state elections will take place on time. So viewers, now in order to look into this matter and the meeting that took place today, we will have a phone call with our senior content producer, Mr. Chakrabarti, Dipendu Chakrabarti. Hello, Dipendu.
Yes, Lomika, as you have just informed our esteemed viewers that, today there is a crucial meeting that you can say. The first point is that now the new year has started. All the activities, festivities, everything is now done and dusted. We are now in 2023. So the biggest festival of democracy, the state general elections are barely, you can say, a month away. It's only a matter of time when the election commission addresses the press conference and announces the poll dates, which is likely to be held in mid-February or at the earliest, or if by late it will be the first week of March. But we can say roughly around 1 month left for the state assembly elections. Still, there is no sign of the matter to be resolved. There are two matters, as we all know. The first is the Naga political solution. The second, the most crucial at this moment, is the frontier Nagaland statehood demand. But however, the talks between the ENPO delegation in New Delhi with central team with Home Minister Amit Shah, then subsequently the team that came from Delhi, appointed by Ministry of Home Affairs, that visited the ENPO areas, in the middle half of December. They went back, they submitted the report, but from that point again it is back to square, because if we remember that ENPO has reaffirmed its stand that it will not take part in the elections. It will continue to boycott the Nagaland Assembly polls. It was taken, if I'm not mistaken, during the meeting that took place on December 20 or 19, on one of the 2 days. I'm exactly unable to confirm the date. But around that time, the moment actually the Minister of Home Affairs team left from New Delhi after visiting Tuensang and other Eastern Nagaland peoples or areas, the signal again came. The central executive body, they decided that they will stand firm on their demand. So now, with barely a month away, with the crucial point is that the Eastern Nagaland areas consist one third of the legislative assembly seats. 20 seats falls under the ENPO areas. So if no election take places, or if even if election takes places and no Eastern Nagaland bodies participate in this election, definitely it will not be a smooth election, and it will be not, you can say, a representation from public also. So there is some uncertain things that are looming ahead of this election scenario. So today there's a crucial meeting that has taken place in Kohima at the Chief Minister Residential Complex. It's over. The information that has come to us is that the meeting started at 11:30 and it lasted somewhere around 2 o'clock. However, at this moment, we are waiting for the spokesperson of the government, Neba Kruno, to come out of the venue and to interact with media, and they will address the media that on what issues the meeting took place, whether the agendas that took taken during the meeting. But most likely, as Rio hinted, a few days back in Kohima when he was inaugurating several projects throughout Kohima, he said that he has called a meeting today, and he has on that during his interaction he said that ENPO's decision that they have decided to abstain from taking part in the assembly polls will be discussed, and that's what Rio hinted. However, he also hinted that uh, not specifically about the ENPO demand, but he said that even if the present scenario says that there is no solution coming as far as Naga political issue is concerned, but the people must be ready for the elections. And not only Rio, his deputy DY Patton also has often at times hinted that even if the solution doesn't come before the election, which was a slogan in 2018, but it seems that the scenario is that now a solution is unlikely to come before the election. So election will take place on time. And one thing I would like to also interestingly mention here, that prior to this meeting, Rio today attended, a sports meet, earlier. So there, as a chief guest, when he attended the program, he has cited that he is hopeful that the election before the election, the solution to the Naga political issue will come. He was attending the annual sports meet of the Zadima Village Youth and Sports Organization today at Zadima Village, where he attended the program and said that he is hopeful that election solution will come before the election. But however, there is no concrete report or evidence that election the solution will come before the election. And as far as the ENPO demand, again, it is also yet to be disclosed by the official spokesperson of the government. When he will come out and address the media, then we'll be able to give you a clear picture. But the recent developments we have heard is that the meeting is over in Kohima, and it lasted for around 2.5 hours. And yes, the ENPO demand for a frontier Nagaland, that has been the thorn in the uh, in front of the state government, was discussed, and whether there is there'll be some further steps to appease the ENPO, or to take the legislators also into confidence, and so that they take part in the elections, because so there were some reports also that all the 20 MLAs might resign ahead of the polls. So it could have led, or it can lead to a chaotic situation also. So I think the state government's efforts are to appease all the stakeholders regarding the demand. And so it will be interesting to see now, once Neva Kruno or somebody from the state government comes and addresses the media, and they brief the media about the developments. But whatever information that we have shared to our viewers is that the meeting that took place today in the Chief Minister's residential complex that lasted for 2.5 hours is over now. Only we are waiting for the official spokesperson to come out and talk to media and give us a clear picture. But certainly, you can say that this is a very crucial time now because only we can say a month left for the state assembly polls. So now it is to be seen whether the demand will sustain, well, the demand will continue, and what ENPO will do, or will they will they withdraw their demand, or they will abstain from voting? That is to be seen. But at this moment, once again, I'm saying now the what the decision that was taken during the meeting is we are keeping a note and we are waiting for the official spokesperson to come out and brief the media. Lomika.
Dipendu for the inputs, and our viewers shall await for more updates. Nagaland state that has put the state government in uncomfortable zone. Chief Minister Nltv called for a cabinet meeting on Tuesday at the Chief Minister's residential complex in Kohima. The cabinet meeting that lasted nearly for 2.5 hours was called to deliberate on the matter and take further measures. The meeting is considered to be crucial as Eastern Nagaland area covers 20 Legislative Assembly constituencies, which is 1/3 of the total figures. With the state elections bare a month away, the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization is still firm on its August 26 resolution to boycott the general elections. It may be noted that the ENPO delegation is likely to hold another round of meeting in Delhi during the first week of this month. So far, the talks between the centre and the ENPO talk team has not showed any sign of positive outcome. On the other hand, Rio himself on many occasions has indicated that even if the Vex Naga political issue remains unsolved, the state elections will take place on time. Deputy Commissioner of WACA Ajit Ranjan on Monday issued a circular wherein different organizations representing villages, range or area have been asked to refrain from declaring consensus candidates for the upcoming state legislative assembly elections. The order has also warned the organizations, citing that declaration of consciousness candidates by various public organizations, village councils or range organization is violative of election-related laws and offences under the Indian Penal Code. In his order, the DC stated that any organization or person that violates the order shall be dealt with strictly under applicable penal provisions of law. The 61st annual sports meet of Zadima Village Youth and Sports Organization has commenced on Tuesday at Zadima Village, which is scheduled to culminate on January 5. During the opening ceremony, Chief Minister Nltv graced in as the chief guest, while Chairman of Nagaland Building and Other Construction Workers Welfare Board, Dr. Kekre Yome, graced the event as the special guest. An advisor to urban development and municipal affairs, Dr. Nikisale Nikikere, graced as the guest of honor. CM Rio, while addressing the gathering, urged upon the participants to show exemplary spirit of sportsmanship while wishing them a best. It may be mentioned that various artists like Amengo Shokre, Mokokoza, Vire, Masizole Metsio is set to perform on the closing ceremony of the event. The 29th edition of a Kongrokong Youth Perfect Pole and Variety Performance Program was held at ISBT in Kensa Village on Monday. Notably, the program organized by a Kongrokong Youth Organization featured various artists including Sinaplamtor, Alika Group and various local artists. Furthermore, Chairman of Kongrokong Sector, Waisangba, in his brief exhortation appreciated the youth organization for organizing such event and further questioned the youths to remember that they are not alone and asked them to respect the parents and siblings, to which he said that if one does not grow up with that quality, one will fail to achieve the most in life. It may be noted that renowned Nagaland-based singer Sinaplamtor enthralled the audience with his songs while a large crowd gathered at the ISBT to witness the renowned artist's show. The parking-cum-shopping complex in Dimapur's new market, which is on the verge of completion, is in an unhygienic condition as the citizens have started using it for commercial purposes. Despite of various measures undertaken by the government to maintain cleanliness, people have been throwing garbages and making the area unhygienic. While interacting with Nltv, Dimapur Municipal Council Administrator W. Manpai Pom stated that new parking area is yet to be officially inaugurated, but people have been using it for a long period of time. Pom appealed the public to collectively prevent the damage to public property and not just blame the government but work together to make the area a hygienic one.
The new market laga nutun complex area olado, basically it's a shopping complex with parking facility. So itu last year complete hoise hoigina, it is yet to be inaugurated. So the whole area will be under DMC, aro ground floor or first floor. As you have rightly said, it's meant for parking. So it is festive season one in the ground floor. The various market is itu chiligina ayase. Already very soon the inauguration hoijabo. Itia with the contractors and the department. Itu tie up kuri ase. Itu inauguration hoa biside the ground floor and the first floor itu to parking space olabo. So festive season laga itu rush hoa nimite, and because of itu parking facility town area de nathaga bra, in the meantime ini itu first floor laga do from the from one side itu entry loigina itu parking do jai ase, only officially itu parking lot to open hona aro. As a administrator of the Dimapur Municipal Council, I would like to appeal to all the citizens of Dimapur that the upkeep and the maintenance of Dimapur town is not just the responsibility of the municipal council, but it is the responsibility of each and every individual citizen. So taking this opportunity, my public can give appeal kurule munjado. Yade amangan be it the town, be it the marketplace, kot hoise bolebi. Let us all try to keep our town clean. Aro on that line, with the government aman action plan kiki khan for solid waste management, especially dealing with the solid waste management, itu laga de important stress to aman DMC side prado digina aibo. For that we will be having interactions down to the ward and colonies, all the urban colonies. So starting from the household. I think it is high time on the part of each and every one of us to contribute and responsibly behave so that we have our town that is clean, that is good environmentally, that is good visually also for each and every one of us, because Dimapur belongs to each and every all the stakeholders. So I want to appeal everyone to come up with a positive attitude so that we do good.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday arrived in Arunachal Pradesh to inaugurate a series of development projects. Notably, Singh inaugurated the Siom Bridge near Bolang in Siang district and also virtually inaugurated the 27 projects of the Border Roads Organization along with the release of the BRO Vision and New Tech Handbook. It is to be mentioned that 100-meter-long Siom Bridge over River Siom is a strategically important bridge as it gives the military a strategic advantage in deploying troops to the far-flung areas of the line of actual control. It may be noted that amid the border tension between India and China, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Monday reached the Mohanbari airport at Dimapur for a 2-day visit to Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually addressed the 108th Indian Science Congress on Tuesday. In his address, PM Modi lauded India's startup ecosystem and said that India is asserting its place on the world map in quantum science. He also said that today India is among the top 3 nations in startups. He also highlighted that till 2015, India was at 81st place in the Global Innovation Index of 130 countries. But in 2022, it reached 40th place. Notably, the 108th annual session of ICS held at Rashtra Sant Tukadoji Maharaj Nagpur University, which is also celebrating its centenary this year. Meanwhile, the focal theme of this year's ICS is Science and Technology for Sustainable Development with Women Empowerment, and is expected to deliberate on the measures for increasing the representation of women in science and technology.
साइंस के क्षेत्र में भारत तेजी से वर्ल्ड के टॉप कंट्रीज में शामिल हो रहा है। 2015 तक हम 130 देशों की ग्लोबल इनोवेशन इंडेक्स में 81 नंबर पर थे, लेकिन 20 में हम छलांग लगा करके 40वें नंबर पर पहुंच गए हैं। आज भारत PhDs के मामले में दुनिया में टॉप 3 देशों में है। आज भारत स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम के मामले में दुनिया के टॉप 3 देशों में है। साथियों, मुझे खुशी है कि इस बार इंडियन साइंस कांग्रेस की थीम भी एक ऐसा विषय है जिसकी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा चर्चा हो रही है। विश्व का भविष्य सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के साथ ही सुरक्षित है। आपने सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के विषय को विमेन एम्पावरमेंट के साथ जोड़ा है। मैं मानता हूं कि व्यावहारिक रूप से भी ये दोनों एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं। आज देश की सोच केवल ये नहीं है कि हम साइंस के जरिए विमेन एम्पावरमेंट करें, बल्कि हम विमेन की भागीदारी से साइंस का भी एम्पावरमेंट करें, साइंस और रिसर्च को नई गति दें, ये हमारा लक्ष्य है। साइंस के क्षेत्र में भारत तेजी से वर्ल्ड के टॉप कंट्रीज में शामिल हो रहा है। 2015 तक
So viewers, now we have a big breaking coming in. We have a big development in the state police coming in right now. It has been learned that Nagaland DGP T. John Longcomer is stepping down from his position as the state DGP. Yes, viewers, it is very likely that our present DGP T. John Longcomer is likely to step down, is likely to resign from his post as the state DGP. Notably, Longcomer will be tendering his resignation on 7th January. UDA Core Chairman Azo Nino confirms development following cabinet meeting in Kohima. It has further been learned that the cabinet has decided to accept Longcomer's resignation. Meanwhile, DG Prisons, Home Guard and Civil Defence Rupin Sharma is very much likely to be succeeded as the new DGP. Furthermore, K. Azonino, while talking to Nltv, has mentioned that the cabinet has asked ENPO to reconsider the demand for the interest of the Nagas. So yes, viewers, we have a big development in from the state police coming in right now. It has been learned that the Nagaland DGP T. John Longcomer is stepping down from his position as the state DGP. Notably, Longcomer is set to tender his resignation on January 7. UDA Core Chairman Azo confirms the development following cabinet meeting held in Kohima today. It has further been learned that the cabinet has decided to accept Longcomer's resignation. Meanwhile, DG Prisons, Home Guard and Civil Defence Rupin Sharma is very likely to succeed as the new DGP of Nagaland. Furthermore, K. Azonino, while talking to Nltv, has mentioned that the cabinet has asked ENPO to reconsider the demand for the interests of the Nagas. So UDA Co-Chairman Azonino, he has confirmed about the development and he has interacted with our reporter Lorni Sanglo in Kohima. So now viewers, we will listen to what Azo has to say.
You ask your question first.
Yeah, outcome of today's meeting is firstly tell us that.
You ask your question, outcome of today's meeting now.
Yeah, we'll be first asking about the outcome of the meeting, then we'll go on with that.
Okay, it was lengthy, but since it's a very important issue, it took time. But nevertheless, for the UDA government, Naga political solution is still our priority. So we have urged the government of Nagaland to expedite the Naga political solution.
Government of India.
Government of India. To expedite the Naga political solution at the earliest.
Okay.
And meanwhile, the NPO's issue is quite sensitive. So we have requested our ENPO brothers to re-examine their demand for the greater interest of the Nagas as a whole.
Sir, re-examine as in like to re-examine the demand of a separate statehood, is that what you mean? Or
Yeah, to re-examine their demand for Frontier Nagaland, separate state. In other words, the cabinet has never recommended for a separate state.
Okay.
So till now we stand by that, because in 23rd July 2011 the cabinet has stood by the integration of all the contiguous states, isn't it? So we still stand by that. And so we have asked them to re-examine their demand for our statehood in the interest of the Nagas in general.
How about the Assembly resolution endorsing the demand for Frontier Nagaland in 2012?
There was never an assembly resolution.
Okay.
The resolution was the demand for integration of all contiguous states.
Okay.
That was the resolution of the assembly. Assembly had passed 4 resolutions in that regard. So we still stand by that, number one. Number two, the cabinet has recommended for autonomous council, wherein our ENPO brothers has rejected it. So there the matter ends, I believe. And during the MHA visit, that is the Ministry of Home Affairs, they have also ruled out a separate state. That is what we were told by one of our ENPO members in the cabinet.
Today.
Yeah, today.
Sir, so will the government of Nagaland physically approach the ENPO legislators as well as the ENPO leaders to send out this message or have a kind of a consultative meeting with them?
Today's cabinet meeting was comprised of all the ENPO legislators also, cabinets, including the representatives from all the tribes. So we have made an appeal to them to reconsider their demand.
So, sir, if what alternative is there for the Eastern Naga people to, kind of overcome these disparity that has been going on for the last many decades?
Adding to that, if you are requesting the NPO to reconsider their demand, then what is the alternate solution for them?
The alternate solution is their main intention is for development and financial assistance. So we are recommending that, of course. We are for that. Their demand is genuine. Therefore, we are saying that their genuine demands, such as development, funding, should be looked into. But at least not dividing the Nagas.
So, sir, how is that going to be done? Because we all know that almost all the major project goes away to the other major districts, and every time the Eastern Naga people are left out with only the minimal projects. And as far as development is concerned, we all know how situation is there back there in the eastern areas. So will the state government propose for a kind of mini secretariat, or will the state government propose maybe a full 5 years funding development, proper development for the eastern areas?
See, MHA is coming up with another meeting, most probably this week or next week, with our ENPO brothers. So what their demand is and what the government of India is going to offer, that we are yet not known to us. So it should be made known to us also. And whatever they recommend, we are with them. We support that demand.
So what about the election abstain?
Yeah.
Was this discussed in today's cabinet?
I don't think the legislators will abstain from or rather boycott elections. You see, it is a constitutional provision. It is a democratic process. And once election is announced, all political parties will have no option but to participate in the election. That too, no one will abstain. I can rest assured.
Sir, will the UDA government appeal to the ENPO to reconsider or retract from their resolution?
That is what we made today. That is what we made an appeal to them to reconsider their demand again.
Sir, in December, Chief Minister said the 60 members decided not to go for election campaign till December, keeping Naga political issue on priority.
Right.
So now, again, you are making an appeal to expedite the negotiation, right?
Yeah.
So then how about the campaign? You will start?
We'll start.
Okay.
We'll start. We're waiting for the election commission to announce the dates, and we're mentally prepared now for elections.
So besides that, any other important agendas?
No, only those two things.
Can I ask one more? I heard that the DGP tendered his resignation on 2nd January. Is that true?
DGP will be tendering his resignation by 7th of January.
Okay, 7.
And I think the cabinet has decided to accept his resignation.
And then who
will be the new?
Most probably online is the most senior is Nagaland cadre is Rupen Sharma. So I believe Rupen Sharma will take over. Okay, thank you. You ask your question first.
Yeah, I'll come up to this meeting. Please firstly tell us that.
You ask your question. I'll come up to this.
have a big development in from the state police coming in right now. It has been learned that Nagaland DGP T. John Longkamar is likely to step down from his post, likely by January 7. Longkamar will be tendering his resignation on January 7. This was confirmed by UDA Core Chairman Azo Nuno. The development following the cabinet meeting in Kohima today. It has been further learned that the cabinet has also decided to accept the resignation of Longkamar. Meanwhile, DGP Prisons, Home Guard and Civil Defence Rupin Sharma is very likely to succeed as the new DGP of Nagaland. Furthermore, K. Azonino, while talking to Nltv, has mentioned that the cabinet has also asked the ENPO, the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, to reconsider the demand for the interests of the Nagas, their demands for a separate statehood. So viewers, now we will connect to our Parliamentary Affairs Minister Neba Kruno more on the cabinet meeting that was held today on the issue of ENPO and also the issue of Nagaland DGP. So viewers, now we will listen to it.
And we expect little in-depth information from you about the meeting, sir.
We have that while expressing our sympathy to ENPO people, we have decided to appeal to them to reconsider their demand in the greater interest of our people. Since all of us, we also have come together so that our solution is topmost priority. So based on that, we have decided to appeal to them, so that we should put all our efforts once again to resolve our issue.
And another political issue that the 60 legislators has decided not to go for campaign till December, right?
Yeah, but now we will come to know something because our Union Home Minister Amit Shah is visiting our state on 6th. Yeah, that is what we have been informed.
6th January.
Yes.
After he
With the
inaugurates projects in Manipur, or
Yeah, he will come probably from Manipur.
Okay.
So he is likely to visit.
He's coming to Kohima?
Yeah.
so he will not be visiting the eastern areas. Or
Maybe Kohima or Dimapur, but he said he will be visiting our states. Yeah. After that, even Prime Minister may come after 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what we have been informed. So as of now, it is that.
As the cabinet decides to appeal the ENPO to reconsider their decision on Frontier Nagaland, demand for Frontier Nagaland, what is any concrete decision taken by the cabinet for them, if they at all revoke or withdraw their demand?
That you see the discussion between them and the Home Ministry also, they have to update the state government. Then only after that the state government have to take a decision also. But as of now, I think this is the right decision which we have taken.
So is it true that the MHA has, removed statehood from ruled out the demand of statehood, of a separate statehood?
That is why all these things they have to update us. Then the state government will take a decision.
Okay, sir. Her DGP is resigning, DJ Longkamar. So who is state government's proposal for next DG?
That we have not yet discussed, but we have decided to accept the resignation of.
He hasn't tendered yet?
He has tendered yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So then formalities will be observed by this 7th of this month.
Any official candidate in mind?
The senior most will come, but for that, today who will be the DGP that we have not discussed.
But high possibility for Rupin Sharma to take over.
I think maybe he is the senior most.
He is.
All right, then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Then.
So viewers, we have a big development in the state police coming in right now. As mentioned earlier as well, it has been learned that the present Nagaland DGP T. John Longcomer is stepping down from his position as the state DGP. Notably, Longcomer will be tendering his resignation on 7th January. This was confirmed by both UDA co-chairman Azonino and also the Parliamentary Affairs Minister and spokesperson Niba Krono. This development came following the cabinet meeting which was held in Kohima today. It has further been learned that the cabinet has decided to accept the resignation of Longcomer. Meanwhile, DG Prisons, Home Guards and Civil Defence Rupin Sharma is very much likely to succeed as the new DGP of Nagaland. Furthermore, Azo also, while talking to Nltv, mentioned that the cabinet has asked ENPO to reconsider their demand for the interests of the Nagas. And in addition, our spokesperson and our Parliamentary Affairs Minister Niba Krono has also mentioned that our Home Minister Amit Shah is likely to visit the state on 6th January. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also visit the state either on 12th or the 13th of January this year. So viewers, for the ones who have just joined now, we would like to once again inform that the present Nagaland DGP T. John Longcomer has decided to resign from has already tendered his resignation. That is yesterday, that is January 2nd. He has already tendered his resignation, and this was confirmed by both UDA co-chairman Azonino and our spokesperson and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Niba Krono. They have both confirmed that T. John Longcomer has already tendered his resignation, but the cabinet is likely to accept his resignation on 7th January. And in addition, we have another big development coming in that was confirmed by our spokesperson Niba Krono, that is both the Home Minister Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they are set to visit us Nagaland. Amit Shah is likely to come to Nagaland on 6th January and PM Modi will arrive in Nagaland on 12th and 13th of January. Viewers, yes, we have a big development in the State Police Department coming in right now. It has been learned that the Nagaland DGP T. John Longcomer is stepping down from his position as the State DGP. Longcomer will be, as informed by Niba Chrono, Longcomer has already tendered his resignation, and the cabinet will accept his resignation on the 7th of January. This was confirmed by UDA co-chairman Azo Nino and also the Parliamentary Affairs Minister and spokesperson Niba Chrono. This major development came following the cabinet meeting that was held in Kohima today. It has also been learned that the cabinet has decided to accept Longcomer's resignation, and it is very likely, it is not confirmed yet, but the person who is to succeed T. John Longcomer is likely to be DG Prisons, Home Guard and Civil Defence Rupin Sharma. He is very likely to succeed as the new DGP of Nagaland. And Neno, while talking to Nltv, has also mentioned that the cabinet has asked ENPOs to reconsider their demand for the interests of the Nagas, their demands for a separate statehood. They have asked the ENPO, Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, to rethink on their demands for the interests of the Naga people. Viewers, our spokesperson Niba Chrono, he has once again mentioned that even though the elections are coming, elections are just a few months away, solution is their topmost priority, and that the Nagaland government is doing their best, putting in efforts to bring in solution. So on this, he has confirmed this thing during the conversation with Nltv. So now we would like to once again listen to what Niba Chrono has to say.
Then we expect little in-depth information from you about the meeting, sir.
We have that while expressing our sympathy to ENP people, we have decided to appeal to them to reconsider their demand in the greater interest of our people. Since all of us, we also have come together so that our solution is topmost priority. So based on that, we have decided to appeal to them so that we should put all our efforts once again to resolve our issue.
And another political issue, that the 60 legislators has decided not to go for campaign till December, right?
Yeah, but now we will come to know something because our Union Home Minister Amit Shah is visiting our state on 6th. Yeah, that is what we have been informed.
6th January.
Yes.
After he
With the
inaugurates projects in Manipur, or
Yeah, he will come probably from Manipur. So he is likely to visit.
He's coming to Kohima?
Yeah.
so he will not be visiting the eastern areas. Or?
Maybe Kohima or Dimapur, but he said he will be visiting our states. Yeah. After that, even Prime Minister may come after 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what we have been informed. So as of now, it is that.
As the cabinet decides to appeal the NPO to reconsider their decision on Frontier Nagaland, demand for Frontier Nagaland, what is any concrete decision taken by the cabinet for them, if they at all revoke or withdraw their demand?
That you see, the talk, the discussion between them and the Home Ministry also, they have to update the state government. Then only after that the state government have to take a decision also. But as of now, I think this is the right decision which we have taken.
So is it true that the MHA has, removed statehood from ruled out the demand of statehood, of a separate statehood?
That is why all these things they have to update us. Then the state government will take a decision.
Okay, sir. Her DGP is resigning, DJ Longumar. So, who is state government's proposal for next DG?
That we have not yet discussed, but we have decided to accept the resignation of.
He hasn't tendered yet.
He has tendered yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So then formalities will be observed by this 7th of this month.
Any official candidate in mind?
The senior most will come, but for that, today who will be the DGP, that we have not discussed.
But high possibility for Rupin Sharma to take over.
I think maybe he is the senior most.
He is.
All right, then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So viewers, yes, the cabinet meeting which took place today in Kohima has brought about a major development in the state. So first is the state police department, that is our present Nagaland DGP T. John Longcomer has tendered his resignation on January 2, that is yesterday, and the cabinet is likely to accept his resignation on the 7th of January. And now the next person to succeed T. John Longcomer is likely to be Rupin Sharma. He is likely to take over as the new DGP of Nagaland, and this was both confirmed by UDA co-chairman Azo Nino and also the Parliamentary Affairs Minister and spokesperson Niba Krono. They have both, while interacting with Nltv, has confirmed these developments, and also Niba Krono has cited that both the Home Minister Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to visit Nagaland. Modi is likely to visit Nagaland after the 10th of January, and Amit Shah is likely to come to Nagaland on 6th January. So viewers, that's all we have for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV.